The only time a shadow leaves us alone is in the darkest hours, the quietest and loneliest times.
The wind is odd here. There's a flow that will occur just before the sun rises, and oftentimes that will be the strongest it is for the morning.
But even in those moments, Dan McManus's shadow is still his constant companion. Shadow is an Australian cattle dog. He grew up here at the flight park.
He would follow me absolutely everywhere. He always liked to chase me, and so I'd be out here flying, and he would chase me and jump up at me and sometimes get my foot and hang on a little bit.
And since Shadow is a protective and particularly jealous dog, Dan figured there was only one thing he could do to break him of that habit.
You ready to go flying? Ready to go flying, buddy? He wanted to go along, watching everybody else fly, and you don't get to. And didn't really like seeing me up there by myself. You know, thought I needed his company. You know, that he needs to keep me safe. Go, Shadow. So he needed to go flying with me to keep me safe. Let's go, Shadow. Put his little paws and arms out around me and hang on to my arm and get right with it. He shifts his weight, he looks down at the ground, he looks around at the other gliders in the air.
From the ground, people usually watch the hang gliders.
It's such a cool thing to see.
But they don't often notice the flying dog, at least not right away.
People are like, wait a minute, that's a dog next to that guy.
Flying never broke Shadow of chasing.
He loves it. He loves it.
But it did help Dan chase some shadows out of his own life.
Yeah, he's a psychiatric service dog.
For years, Dan suffered from separation anxiety. He still doesn't really like to be alone, but because of Shadow, he almost never is.
He seems to know that he's a service dog, not just that he's been trained as one, but he seems to know what his job is. And so if I'm anxious, he has that calming effect on you.
To Dan, Shadow seems more like a person than a dog. And he's pretty sure Shadow thinks the same thing.
We even have a silent language, you know. We know what we're thinking.
And what they're thinking is, this is home.
You know, as we always say, home is where the heart is. And I think this is where his heart is. He was born to fly. Was that fun? Was that fun?
Ashton Goodell.
Maybe he's part human, I'm not sure.
Fox 13 News, Utah.